The United States had always prided itself on being the land of the free. For centuries, citizens spoke of rights like they were unshakable pillars carved into the nation's very bones. But pillars, no matter how strong, can be chipped away. It started small. A new law here, a restriction there. Little things most people shrugged off because they didn't feel the change in their own lives. "It doesn't affect me," many said, watching their neighbors grow restless. Then came the silence. News outlets that once argued loudly on every side suddenly echoed the same words. Social media feeds shrank, voices disappeared, and opinions that strayed from the approved script were quietly erased. By the time people noticed their protests required permits that were never approved, it was too late. The streets were empty, the squares quiet. Families whispered at dinner tables about the old days when you could speak your mind, when you could choose freely, when the idea of liberty meant more than a word on an old document, locked in a glass case. Generations later, children read about freedom in history books the way they might read about dragons or lost cities. Once real, now only a story. The tragedy wasn't that their rights were stolen overnight. The tragedy was that the people gave them away piece by piece, not realizing what they'd lost until they reached for freedom and found only chains.